Welcome to Alliance, Ohio and GDFL football as the Ohio Gladiators host the Ohio Elite Outlaws here tonight in GDF football action. And it will be in the Eastern Extreme North division as we look at the GDFL. In the Eastern Extreme North, the Cleveland Rams lead the division at 1-0 with a point differential of plus 34. Ohio Elite coming in undefeated at 1-0 with a point differential of 21. Ohio Phoenix have yet to play a game, and Ohio Gladiators, our home team here tonight, come in at 0-1, losing the point differential minus 30 coming into week 2 action. Hi, everyone. I'm Tim Continenza. Welcome to GDFL football on 12-ounce sports as we get ready for today's game between the Gladiators and the Ohio Elite Outlaws. Last week, the Ohio Elite Outlaws defeated Shenango Valley Truth 21-0, and the Cleveland Rams defeated the Cleveland Cobras 34-0, and the Gladiators fell 30-0 in their game to the Columbus Fire last week. As we look at the action coming into this week, looking at the GDFL Eastern Extreme East, it's East Penn Raiders at 3-0 on the season, leading that division. Upstate Predators in second place at 2-1. Syracuse Strong at 1-1. New York Wolverines and Utica Nighthawks are winless in 2 games. In the Northwest Division is Greenberg Golden Hawks 1-0, leading the division. Everyone else tied for second place at 0-1. In Shenango Valley Truth, the Still Valley Bobcats, and the Western PA Wildcats. In the South is the Columbus Fires, who defeated the Ohio Gladiators last week 1-0. The Cleveland Predators are still looking for their first game. Lake Erie Explosion and Cleveland Cobras are both winless in 1 game. And finally, in the Eastern Extreme West, it's Erie Express and the Pittsburgh Buccaneers, both 2-0 to start the season. It is the Sabres yet to play a game, and the Pittsburgh Saints in last place at 0-1. That's how the GDFL Eastern Extreme divisions look like coming in tonight's ball game. Earlier today, I had an opportunity to talk with head coach Chris Ballantine of the Gladiators, and this is how that conversation went.
Welcome back to our pregame, and it's my opportunity to talk with Gladiators head coach Chris Ballantine. Chris, just talk a moment about coming into game number 2 of the season.
Well, we're excited, to be playing football after last year, but be able to play a good team. The Outlaws are filled with veterans, with guys we know, guys we played with, and to be able to come out on a Saturday, on a beautiful Saturday before Father's Day, and play a great game against a great team, like you can't ask for anything better than that today.
What kind of challenges do the Outlaws bring to you? Because they didn't have a chance to play last week, so you don't really necessarily have a chance to see what they did, either through the internet or other opportunities.
Well, a lot of the guys, there are a lot of veterans over there, so they know how to play football. Football is football. So you can tell they're ready. You can tell they're excited to play. You can see they got the energy up. The only thing we can do is go out and play our game. We got to win at the line of scrimmage, tackle, catch balls, make plays, and beat them one-on-one. And if we do that, we end up victorious. But they're not walking in here looking to lose, and we're not looking to lose either. So we're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out in between the lines on the field.
So let's talk about your defense coming into tonight's game. Talk about what type of philosophy you guys have, and what can I expect to see tonight from the Gladiators?
Well, the good thing about our defense is it's 20 deep, 22 deep, but every person on the field is able to make a play at any moment. So you've got to block each of them one-on-one and win those matchups, or they'll make a play. We've got speed everywhere, athleticism everywhere, guys that love to hit, guys that go after the ball, and just hungry, exciting, led by a guy that if you've talked to them for more than 10 minutes, you see where they get their energy and their passion from. They're a great unit. They're really great.
All right, we'll get more from Coach Ballantine in a little bit, but we're getting ready here for tonight's kickoff as the Gladiators will kick right to left on your device here tonight as we get ready to watch some GDFL football on 12-ounce sports. There's a little squib kick down the middle. It's going to be fielded around the 25-yard line by the Outlaws. They bring it across the 30 up to about the 33-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 for the Outlaws there. The Outlaws come into tonight's game look for their first game of the season. Their last game was canceled at the last minute, so they weren't able to get that one across. They're going to mark the ball officially at the 34-yard line, and we're just underway here in the first quarter from Alliance, Ohio. 75 degrees at kickoff here tonight as we get ready for first play from scrimmage for the Outlaws. They huddle up and they break the huddle. They're going to run the spread offense. Also, one receiver to the left, one to the right in a looks like he's actually going to be underneath center here. And I believe it is Bo Bagel, the 6'1", 205-pound quarterback here for the Outlaws. Takes the snap. He's back to pass. He's in trouble. He's going to get curled up and sacked by two Gladiators. Actually, that's Dion Carter, the 5'11", 175-pounder, starting the game at quarterback here for the Outlaws. So on the first play, the defense comes up big here for the Gladiators. Mike Thomas from Youngstown East making one of those two players coming in from the outside, making that sack on Carter. So Carter underneath center, one receiver left, one right. They're going to have a wing on the right side, and they're going to have a movement on the left side off the offensive line. And that will cost them 5 yards. And they'll push the ball back to the 22-yard line. So second down and very long coming up here for the Outlaws. Dion Carter at quarterback. Single in the backfield. One receiver left, one right. Second down and 21 officially. Ball at the 22-yard line. They're going to hand it off to the deep back. And he is going to be caught in the backfield and brought down around the 15-yard line. As Jackson Jones was the ball carrier there for the Outlaws. So the Outlaws going backwards here to start tonight's ball game. Their first plays from scrimmage in 2021 for the GDFL. Their previous game was canceled last week, so they've been waiting a while to get back on the field. I also found out that they didn't have a chance to get any preseason games in because both those games were canceled at the last minute. So we're going to interested to see how the Outlaws handle tonight's ball game against the home team in the Gladiators. So far, they're kind of looking a little rough. So Carter in shotgun, four receivers in pattern. Takes the snap. He's back to pass. He's looking over the middle. Has a receiver open. Underthrows him and falls incomplete. As his intended receiver was Ryan Young, a 6', 240-pounder. And it falls incomplete. And they're most likely going to have to go into punt formation here. And it looks like the special team unit will come on here for the Outlaws. So great defense to start the game here for the Gladiators. The Gladiators will send single safety back, standing around his own 45-yard line. And we have a whistle and flag flying right before the snap, and we have a false start against the offense. So the Outlaws, with their second penalty of this drive, that started at their own 34-yard line and is going to end up at the 10-yard line of their own here. So they've gone backwards 24 yards on this drive. Here's the snap into the end zone. Here's the kick, a nice punt. And it's going to be fielded at, across the 50. Ball bounces over the receiver's head and out of bounds at the 45-yard line. And with that, they'll give the ball to the Gladiators here to start their first possession of the ball game at their own 45-yard line. 12 minutes, 18 seconds remain here in the first quarter. And a very good start for the Gladiators defense as they push the Outlaws back 24 yards on that drive and force a punt from inside their own end zone. And the Gladiators will start over at their own 45 for the first possession of tonight's ball game. DJ Harrison Jr. will be at quarterback. He is a 5'11", 180-pounder out of Campbell Memorial High School near Youngstown. He'll be in shotgun, takes the snap. He hands it off, and he'll go to the deep back, crosses the 45 to the 50, has steam across the 45. Enough for a first down. A nice run on first down there for Gerard McLean, the 5'8", 235-pounder out of Mansfield Lake Ridge High School. And it'll be a first down and 10 here for the Gladiators. So DJ Harrison in the pistol with two running backs in the backfield, one dotting the I. He'll hand it off again to McLean. Goes right side, gets the center step to the 40, down to the 35-yard line. Another nice pickup here by McLean. And it's the offense here, opening drive for the Gladiators, doing well, moving the Outlaws off the line, and Gerard McLean making the moves and getting two big yard carries on two consecutive carries here to start the offense for the Ohio Gladiators. One receiver left, one right. In the pistol is Harrison Jr. Takes the snap, and it's going to go off his hands and backwards. He'll fall on it, and it'll be a sack back to the 47-yard line on that fumble snap there. It looks like Harrison Jr. just could not handle it. It was a little to his right, and it went right off his hand, but he was able to fall on it back at the 46-yard line. And I'll bring up third down and about 13 coming up here for the Gladiators. So Harrison Jr. in the pistol, takes a high snap. He's going to keep. He'll go right side, and he's going to get about a yard at the most. And that's about it on the play. Making that play defensively was Xavier Atkinson, a linebacker for the Outlaws. And I'll bring up fourth down here for the Gladiators. And decision time here for Coach Ballantine. And it looks like he's going to send his special teams unit out on the field. So the Gladiators get one first down in that drive. And they'll punt the ball away. Here's the kick. It's a nice high kick. It's going to be fielded inside the 15 at the 12. Crosses the 15, up to the 20, moves left side, across the 25, dives forward, close to the 27, 28-yard line. And it'll be first down and 10 here for the Outlaws at the 28-yard line, it looks like, here to start this second drive. Anytime 12-Ounce Sports is live, you can watch them on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, or the website, or any authentic TV experience. 12-Ounce Sports is on channel 761 of Zingo TV streaming app. Zingo is free. Use the promo code 12-Ounce when signing up, and then watch your smart TV, Roku, Fire Stick, computer, or smartphone. First down and 10 here for the Outlaws. One receiver left, one right. Single back in the I formation. He goes back to pass. Carter looking downfield. He's going to keep. He's going to roll to his left to the 30 and rolls out of bounds around the 33-yard line. And a nice pickup on first down there by the quarterback, Dion Carter, here for the Outlaws. So we'll bring up about second down and 5 coming up here for the Outlaws. 9 minutes here to play in the first quarter. The Outlaws with their second possession of the ball game. Carter underneath center. Takes the snap. He'll hand it off to his deep back. He'll cross the 35 and get pushed back. And Javon Washington was the ball carrier there for the Outlaws. Check that. It was actually Jackson Jones, number 21, with the ball. And bring up a 3rd down and 3 coming up here for the Outlaws. 3rd down and about 2, maybe. Let's call it. With about 8 minutes left here in the first quarter. Carter brings his team to the line. He'll be underneath center. 2 backs, 2 receivers, 1 left, 1 right. Carter takes a snap. He's back to pass. He's looking right side. He fires, and he completes it at the 48. Cross the 50 to the 40. Spins down at the 35-yard line. Goes Keyshawn Bicote, the 6-foot, 180-pound receiver, picking up that first down here for the Outlaws. So Keyshawn with that big pickup there for the Outlaws, and they'll go 1st down and 10 from the 35-yard line. Carter will hand it off. He'll get it to Jones. Jones goes left side, and he's going to pick up about 3 on the play to the 30-yard line. Let's give him 5. Take that back. And that'll be a nice pickup on 1st down, 2nd down, and 5. So the Gladiators, who had a great defensive stand to open this ball game, are being tested here by the Outlaws on their second possession as a 2nd down and 5 from the 30-yard line of the Gladiators. So Carter will be underneath center again. 2 backs, splits in the backfield with 1 receiver left and right. Carter, play action pass, goes back to pass. He's in trouble. He rolls to his left, has room. He's at the 30. He's at the sticks, picks up the 1st down going out of bounds. Nice play there by Dion Carter. Coming up with the big 1st down run here for the Outlaws to continue this drive. And they'll mark them out at the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10 here. The Outlaws making a nice plays here with about 6 minutes here to play in the first quarter. And we got a quick timeout. Let's take a timeout. You're listening to, or you're watching 12 Ounce Sports. And welcome back here to Alliance as the Outlaws lead 6-0 here with 5:05 left here in the opening quarter. Too deep here to return for the Gladiators. They'll stand around the 10 and the 5-yard line. As Jochen will kick the ball off from the 35. It's a high kick but short, and it's going to be fielded by the up back around the 22-yard line. Crosses the 30 and down at the 34-yard line. And it will be first down and 10 coming up here for the Gladiators on their second possession of the ball game. MyBookie. For your gambling enthusiasts, MyBookie has partnered with 12 Ounce Sports to give you the most authentic betting experience on the internet. Place live bets, pre-games, bets, and futures all on your browser. And if you sign up with the promo code 12 Ounce Sports, MyBookie will match your first deposit up to $1,000. So the Gladiators come back onto the field here for their second possession, this time trailing 6-0 here to the Outlaws. In week 2 of the GDFL action. DJ Harrison at quarterback. He'll send 4 receivers in pattern. He'll hand it off to McLean, and McLean will dance in the backfield and get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. He'll bring up second down and 10 coming up here for the Gladiators. So the Gladiators facing a second down and 10. They'll send 3 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right as they move right to left on your devices here today. Harrison Jr. will take the snapping shotgun. He's back to pass. He's looking left side. He's going to fire on the move, has a man open and overshoots him at the 40-yard line and falls incomplete. And they'll bring up a third down and 10 coming up here. His intended receiver was Lynn Townsend, a 5'8", 200-pounder from Kent State University. So the play comes in from the sideline. Just under 4 minutes here to play in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, the Outlaws leading the Gladiators here tonight, 6-0. They got a touchdown pass from Carter T. Young for their score. The point after was no good. Harrison facing a third down and 10 with 4 receivers, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. High snap. He's back to pass. He's looking. He's going to roll to his right. He's under trouble. He's going to go back left side. He's going to keep. He's at the 35. He's close to the 40 and knocked out of bounds around the 41. He's going to be shy of the sticks. And they're going to mark him out at the 42-yard line. But he'll be about 2 yards shy of that first down marker. And it looks like they may keep the offense on the field here on fourth down and a long 2 coming up here for the Gladiators. We're down to 3 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock here in the first quarter. Big fourth down situation here for the Gladiators. Let's see what Coach Ballantine comes up with here. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Harrison in shotgun. And we have movement on the left side of the line. And that probably will change the direction here of the play. And I won't be surprised if we see the special team unit come on, and that's exactly what will happen. Unfortunately, we had a little movement on the left-hand side here for the Gladiators. That'll cost them an opportunity on fourth down, and they'll punt the ball away facing a fourth down and 9. So the Outlaws will send 2 deep. Here's the snap and the kick. They get it across, and it's a nice kick. It's going to bounce around the 24-yard line, roll inside the 20. It's a good Gladiators roll down to the 15-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 for the Outlaws at their own 15-yard line, as that's drive stalled for the Gladiators, and they punt the ball away. The Outlaws will have first down and 10 at their own 15 to start this drive. They lead this game 6-0 with just over 2 minutes here to play in the first quarter. Folks, if you're enjoying tonight's game and shop on Amazon, make sure to use the 12-ounce sports special link, 12ouncesportsnetwork.com/Amazon. This does not cost the shopper any extra money. It simply tells Amazon we sent you. It's an easy way to help out the network and keep us broadcasting live. That's 12ouncesports.com/Amazon. They'll hand the ball off. They'll go right side, across the 20-yard line with the running play, and out of bounds. Another big run here for Jackson Jones, as it looks like he'll pick up about 7 on the play. Give him 8. Bring up a second down and 2. So Outlaws' ground game has done real well here on their last possession and starting off this third possession of the ball game here for the Outlaws. 2 running backs in the backfield. They'll hand it off again to Jones. Jones goes forward, and he gets across the 25 up to the 30-yard line. That was actually Smith on the carry. My apologies. And they'll give the ball a first down run there for Smith. And they'll bring up first down and 10, ball now at the 30-yard line of the Outlaws with the 1:10 remaining here in the first quarter. They'll send one receiver left and right here for Carter, who will be underneath center in an I formation in the backfield. Smith, the fullback. Looks like Jones is the deep back. Back to pass on a 5-step drop. Throws, fires, has a man open, and he drops it at the 45-yard line. Oh, he had him on stride. That was Caleb Samole unable to catch that ball there from Carter. But he had made a nice move, got inside the defender, and was unable to bring it in at the 45-yard line. And I'll bring up a second down and 10 coming up here for the Outlaws. 44 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Outlaws lead the Gladiators here, if you're just tuning in, 6-0 on a Carter to Young touchdown pass on their second possession of the ball game. Carter underneath center. Takes the snap. He's back. He'll hand it off, and it's Jones this time, and Jones will be gobbled up right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. And bring up a third down and 10 coming up here for the Outlaws. Down to 9 seconds. That may be the final play, and it should be the final play here of the first quarter. We played one here in Alliance, and the Outlaws lead the Gladiators 6-0. This is 12-ounce sports. First down and 15 here for the Gladiators. Harrison Jr. takes a snap. It's going to go over his head, and he's going to pick it up on a bounce. He'll just throw the ball away, and they're going to throw the flag for intentional grounding. As they looked around and says, yeah, that didn't get close to the line of scrimmage. And in the process, that's going to cost the Gladiators some big yardage on this penalty and a loss of down on the intentional grounding. Can't blame Harrison Jr. The ball went over his head. He was just trying to make a play as he caught the ball on a bounce around the 5-yard line, but the defense was all over him. He was just trying his best to avoid the big loss. And unfortunately, right in front of the officials. Usually not going to get away with it when that happens. So the guys in stripes catch the play, and they'll mark him down, I believe, where he threw the ball around the 5-yard line. And it's going to be a second down and long, real long here for the Gladiators. They have to get all the way out to the 37-yard line. Back to pass quickly. It'll throw it on a slant, and it'll be incomplete as trying to hit Tony Perrine on that slant. And I'll bring up third down. They got second down over there, but there should be a loss of down on that penalty. Let's see if they caught that or not. Yep, there it is. Third down. So third down and extremely long here for the Gladiators. Third down and 31. Harrison Jr. in the pistol will take the snap. He rolls, he fires, and it's a little too high for Perrine, and it falls incomplete as he throws out to his right. And it'll be fourth down and punting situation here for the Gladiators. So the Gladiators, who got off to a nice start, they moved the ball on the ground on the first possession and installed, and have had troubles ever since moving the ball offensively. And the Outlaws, who lead this game 6-0, are going to have excellent field position, barring an amazing punt coming here by the Gladiators. They'll send a single safety deep around the 50-yard line here for the Gladiators. 13 minutes, 17 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Here's the snap. They'll get the kickoff. They almost blocked as a hand got up high, but the ball's going to have a nice roll out to about the 49-yard line. They'll bring it right down the middle from the 40 to the 30, and as he rolls 35 and then rolls towards the 30-yard line, is tripped up around the 34-yard line. And it'll be first down and 10 coming up here for the Outlaws, as Javon Washington was returning that kick here for the Outlaws. We got a flag on the play, and we probably have an illegal block back around the 42-yard line. So that's going to push them back across the 50 down to about the 48-yard line. So what looked like excellent field position becomes very good field position instead here for the Outlaws. That's just around midfield. 13:06 to play here in the first half. The Outlaws leading 6-0 here over the Gladiators in week 2 of the GDFL action. As we play live here from Alliance, Ohio at Marlton High School. Dion Carter underneath center. Now we'll move back out into the pistol formation with 4 receivers in pattern, 2 left, 2 right. He's back to pass. He's looking over the middle. He's going to roll to his right. He fires, and it's going to be incomplete. Way short of his intended receiver, Young. And they'll bring up a second down and 10 coming up here for the Outlaws. The Outlaws have mixed it up pretty well here today, both on the ground and throwing. Deion Carter has been underneath center and in the shotgun and the pistol throughout the showing different formations here against this Gladiators defense. Done a nice job here directing the offense. And this time he'll be in the pistol. They'll send one receiver left, one right, and a split eyes in the backfield. They'll have some motion. Jones will be to his right in the backfield. 3 receivers now in pattern. Hand off to Jones. Jones goes up the middle to the 50 to 45 and close to the sticks. And he'll be down at the 44-yard line. And they'll bring up 3rd down and short coming up here for the Outlaws. 3rd down and a long 2, maybe 3 coming up here for the Outlaws. Ball at the 44-yard line. Have to get across the 42 here for the 1st down. 4 receivers will be in pattern here for the Outlaws. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Shotgun here for Deion Carter. Big defensive play here. See what the Gladiators can come up with. Back to passes Carter. He fires. He completes it down the sideline. Across the 35 and gets close to the 30-yard line. Goes Keyshawn Bacote. And he'll pick up the 1st down here for the Outlaws as the clock continues to move here in the 2nd quarter. 1st down and 10 for the Outlaws at the 31-yard line. They'll send 2 receivers out to the left, 2 to the right. Again, shotgun formation here for Deion Carter, the 5'11", 175-pound quarterback. He'll hand off to Jones. Jones goes right side, and he's going to be met by a linebacker and brought down around the 29-yard line. And made a gain of 1 or 2 on the play here for the Outlaws. Robert Berkeley, a 5'11", 250-pounder out of Cheney High School in Youngstown, making that play. Second down and 8 coming up here for the Outlaws. They lead 6-0. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers in pattern, split eyes in the backfield. They're going to hand it off, and a sweep goes right side. They're going to dive forward and get close to the 26-yard line. As Javon Washington was on the carry there for the Outlaws. Bring about a 3rd down and 5 coming up here for the Outlaws. I want to take this opportunity to give a quick shout out to Western Reserve Digital Radio on their Digital Radio 2, broadcasting tonight's ball game between the Outlaws and the Gladiators. Glad to have you aboard, and my thanks to Jim Craven and Dave Ferris back at that studio, making sure everything is going smoothly. So, and here we have 2 really fine guys helping us out, and Jeff and Casey. Jeff on camera and Casey on production. Takes the snap. Fakes to Washington. He's going to roll left. That is the 30. Maybe pick up a yard. Possibly 2, but he's going to be shy of the sticks, and he'll bring up 4th down in decision time here for the Outlaws. They're going to give them about maybe 1 and bring up a 4th down and 4. And we're going to have a timeout taken here by the Outlaws. Tell you what, let's keep it right here, and I will tell you about Reebok. Hey, all you Reebok fans, before shopping for your new Reebok gears, be sure to use your special link at www.12ouncesportsnetwork.com/Reebok to help out the network. Then tag us on social media with your special new gear so we can share. That is Reebok at 12ouncesportsnetwork.com/Reebok. And don't forget to go to 12ouncesportsnetwork.com and grab your network polos, phone covers, coffee mugs, and more. A stylish way to support our grassroots network. Once again, that is www.12ouncesports.com. 6-0's our score here, as in the Outlaws on their second possession of the game had a great drive when it capped it off on a Carter to Young touchdown pass. The extra point was no good. It hit the left upright from 33 yards out, and that is where we stand. But the Outlaws facing a 4th down and 5 here at the Gladiators 28-yard line. So the Gladiators the Outlaws will send 3 receivers in pattern with splits in the backfield and Carter in shotgun. Back to passes Carter. He realized he fires left side and the ball is brought down. Did he catch it? Yes, right at the sticks. A nice diving catch by Young. Right at the sticks, right around the 21-yard line. This is going to be interesting to see where they mark this. The Outlaws want the first down. Let's see. I believe they're going to be shy of the first down. And they're going to say they're going to turn the ball over on downs. Wow. What a nice play, though. Just came up short. Great defense there by the Gladiators. Okay, they're going to say the ball bounced into the hands of Young, and it was incomplete. And then they'll bring the ball back out to the 28-yard line. So that was an incompletion on that play. And they'll turn the ball over on downs. Tough to see there in that corner exactly what, from our vantage point, if he made the catch or not. But needless to say, the Gladiators will take over 1st and 10. They're going to mark the ball at the 29-yard line here to start this drive. And we have a false start. And the Gladiators are shooting themselves in the foot again with some 5-yard penalties on offense with some false starts. And they'll move the ball back to the 23-yard line. And be 1st down and 15 here for the Gladiators. Harrison takes the snap. He hands it off. There's room up the gut to the 30, to the 35 and down. Nice run there by McLean, I believe, for the Gladiators. It might have been Daryl Golson, number 28, a 5'3", 165-pounder out of Canton McKinley on that carry. But a nice pickup there on 1st down here for the Gladiators all the way out to the 35-yard line. And bring up a 2nd down and short coming up here. And he'll run it again, and it'll go right up the gut, get close to the sticks. It's going to be close to a 1st down here. They get out to the 40-yard line, and they did. It'll be a 1st down here for the Gladiators as they move the sticks on that 1st down run. Chase Simpson on that carry from Kent State, a 5'9", 175-pounder. We're down to 8 minutes, 5 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Gladiators trail this ball game 6-0 to the Outlaws. Harrison Jr. takes the snap. He'll pitch it out wide. And he's going to have room to the 40, to 45, to the 50, and out of bounds there goes Golson. Nice run there by Daryl Golson, the 5'3", 165-pounder out of Canton McKinley. And another 1st down on the play here for the Gladiators. So the ball in Outlaw territory now at the 48-yard line. They'll send 1 receiver left, 1 right. Splits in the backfield. High snap, they'll hand it off again. It's Golson, goes left side, has room to the 40, moves the pile down close to the 35-yard line. It'll be another first down run as his helmet comes off. But Daryl Golson running the ball good here for the Gladiators as they have recaptured their offense on the ground here on this drive. And we have a timeout on the field. So let's take a timeout. You're watching 12-ounce sports. And welcome back here to Alliance, Ohio, as we are in the second quarter, 6:51 remaining here in the second. Outlaws leading the Gladiators 6-0. As you can see, some of the fun going on here at Marlton High School with the Gladiators cheer squad leading the cheers here. So Harrison Jr. in the pistol. Two receivers in pattern. High snap. He'll hand it off. He'll have room. He'll rumble to the 30, to the 20. Gets outside and down at the 17-yard line. McLean on the carry there for the Gladiators. Gerald McLean, a 5'8", 235-pounder out of Mansfield Lake Ridge High School. I tell you what, once he gets the steam of going, you do not want to run into him. Tony Preen's one of the receivers out to the left. Another high snap. The side handoff goes straight forward, and he'll get a nice positive yardage again here for the Gladiators. Chase Simpson on the carry. Javon Magum just checking in now here for the Gladiators. Green out to the left. One receiver out to the right. Harrison Jr. in shotgun. He'll be in the pistol. He'll hand it off. Ball's loose. It's loose and it's picked up by the Outlaws. They have some steam going forward across the 30 on the pickup and down at the 35-yard line. Harrison makes the saving tackle, but a big play defensively here for the Outlaws as that ball came off the hands of Harrison. Tried to make a play, couldn't get it, and it bounced right into the opening hands of a Outlaw, and he ran it all the way back close to the 40-yard line. They're going to mark him down actually at the 35, but a big play defensively here for the Outlaws to turn away the Gladiators with 5:19 remaining here in the second quarter. So first turnover of the ball game on the fumble. They'll take over at their own 35. They'll send four receivers out, two left, two right. Dion Carter will be in the pistol. He's back to pass. He's looking. He's going to move out to his right, fire, and find his receiver, and it bounces off his hands, falls incomplete. As that was off of Jimmy Wagner, the 6'4", 200-pound receiver here for the Outlaws. So they face a 2nd down and 10 at their own 35. Again, spread offense with 4 receivers in pattern. 2 left, 2 right. Back to pass is Carter. He rolls to his right. He fires, has a man open at the 45 of the Gladiators, and he's tackled at the 42. A big play there as they get it out to Antonio Boyd. A 6'2 receiver makes the play here for the Outlaws, and he'll bring the ball all the way out to about the 42-yard line with just under 4 minutes and 45 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So the Outlaws taking advantage of the Gladiators' turnover, now moving the ball into their territory down at the 42-yard line. Carter will be in the pistol. He'll move his running back from right side to the left. He'll hand off to Jones, and Jones met in the backfield and brought down immediately. Big play there by the defense for the Gladiators. Making that play is Robert Berkey again, the 5'11", 250-pounder out of Cheney High School. I'll move the ball all the way back to the 46-yard line. And bring up a 2nd down and 14 coming up here for the Outlaws. So Carter, in a spread offense, will send 4 receivers out on the pattern in this play. He's back to pass. He's looking down the middle. He's going to keep. Carter with the ball to the 40. Dives inside and gets down close to the 36-yard line. Nice pickup there by Dion Carter, the quarterback, calling his own number as they spread out the defense with the spread offense. And they'll bring up a 3rd down and about 5 coming up here for the Outlaws. We're just about 3 minutes left here in the second quarter. Third down, and let's call it 4 here for the Outlaws. Carter will go underneath center on this play. He'll hand it off to his deep back. He'll go forward. He'll get to the sticks and gets pushed back. Now, it'll be interesting to see where they mark it. I think he's going to have enough for the first down, and he does as he gets down to the 31-yard line. And it'll be 1st down and 10 here as we approach 2-minute warning coming up here in about 15 seconds. Let's see if they even get this play off. Nope, they're going to head to the sidelines and talk it over. We've reached a 2-minute warning here in Alliance as the Outlaws are on the move and leading the Gladiators 6-0. You're watching 12-ounce sports. Two minutes here to play in the first half. Outlaws lead the Gladiators 6-0. 1 receiver left, 1 right. Here for Carter on 1st down and 10. Carter will be underneath center. Takes the snap. He's back on a 5-step drop. He fires left side for the corner, has a man open, touchdown. Antonio Boyd, the 6'2", 190-pounder down the left sideline, gets into the end zone to extend the Outlaws lead to 12-0 with a minute 53 remaining here in the quarter. And that is Carter's second touchdown pass, this time to Boyd. Make it 12-0 with the point after about to be attempted here by Yoakum. Well, maybe not. They might go for two here. Looks like the kicker's out there. He's standing around the 20-yard line. He knows what's going on. The officials just need to bring the ball out to the 15-yard line. There you go. NFL rules, guys. We got it. So Outlaws get back on the scoreboard for the second time here today. Carter to Boyd for the touchdown pass. Carter's second touchdown pass of the game. His first one went to Young to make it 6-0. The point after hit the upright. It was no good. So Yonkin. Here's the snap and the hold, and the kick is blocked. And that is a live ball, and they'll jump on it, and they'll stop it there. And the score will stay at 12-0 here for the Outlaws over the Gladiators. Tell you what, why don't we keep it right here, guys? And I will tell you about MyBookie. For your gambling enthusiasts, MyBookies has partnered with 12 Ounce Sports to give you the most authentic betting experience on the internet. Place live bets, pregame bets, or futures, all from your browser. And if you sign up with a promo code 12 Ounce Sports, MyBookie will match your first deposit up to $1,000. Folks, if you're enjoying tonight's game and shopping on Amazon, make sure you use 12 Ounce Sports special link. www.12ouncessportsnetwork.com/Amazon. This will not cost the shopper any extra money, and simply tell Amazon we sent you. It's an easy way to help the network and keep us broadcasting live. That's 12ouncessportsnetwork.com/Amazon. So Yonkin will tee the ball up at the 35-yard line here for the Outlaws. Let's see if the special team here for the Gladiators can come up with something big here with a minute 53 left in the first half. The Outlaws taking advantage of a turnover and cashing it in, going 65 yards on that drive for the touchdown. Here's the kick, and it's a squib kick. It's going to be fielded in by one of the outbacks, crosses the 40, up to the 45, and down around the 47-yard line. And the Gladiators will have excellent field position here to do a 2-minute offense as they have the ball across the 45-yard line. That was Terry Hosey, a 6', 160-pounder out of Kent State University, who returned that kick all the way out to, it looks like the 49-yard line is where they're going to mark it. It'll be first down and 10 here for the Gladiators. Big, important possession here for the Gladiators. Minute 44 remaining here in the first half. They trail this ball game 12-0 on two Dion Carter touchdown passes. One to Young in the first quarter, the second one to Boyd. So let's see what the Gladiators can do. With a minute 44 remaining here in the second quarter. They'll send 5 receiver, empty backfield as Harrison Jr. goes back to pass. He fires deep down left side, makes the catch as Perrine at the 25, down to the 20, out, tackled at the 18-yard line. Perfect pass. Back shoulder scenario. Perrine makes the play on the ball and takes it all the way inside the 20-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 19. We're down to 1:20 on a moving clock as they'll set up the sticks. So the Gladiators back on the move. Harrison again, all by himself. Harrison Jr. will take the snap. 5 receivers in pattern. He's going to keep. He's going to roll down the middle, spins at the 15, and it's down there. He'll pick up about 4 on the play, and we're under a minute here to play in the quarter. Second down and about 6 coming up here for the Gladiators. We're down to 40 seconds here to play. Again, all 5 receivers will be in pattern. Empty backfield here for Harrison Jr. Takes the snap. He's looking right side. He's under duress. He's going to roll back left side. He's looking downfield. He's in trouble. He's met and brought down at the 28-yard line. We have a whistle and flags flying. We'll have to see what this call is. And they're going to get holding against the offense. Well, that will be declined, I'm sure. Well, maybe not. They're going to mark it off from the part of the infraction. And bring the ball all the way back to the 36-yard line. With 22 seconds remaining. So, tough scenario here for Coach Valentin and his offense. Just over 22 seconds remaining here in the quarter. The Gladiators got the ball, and they made a beautiful pass as they got it down inside the 20-yard line. As Harrison Jr. hooked up with Perrine. And then, unfortunately, in the next 2 plays, they went backwards. Or the next play, they went a huge loss back to the 36-yard line, including the penalty. So, in the process, we'll bring up a second down and 25. Ball at the 36 here for the Gladiators. Hey, all you Reebok fans, before shopping for your new Reebok gear, be sure to use a special link at 12ouncesports.com/Reeboks to help out the network. Then tag us on social media with your fresh new gear so we can share. All right, second down and 25 here for the Gladiators. Down to 22.9 seconds remaining here in the first half. Harrison Jr. with the ball. He fires. He has a man open, and it's going to be picked off. He overthrows him, and he picked off at the 21-yard line. They're going to say he hit the ground, incomplete. No, okay. They're going to say he caught it, but he was tagged down at the 22-yard line. And it will turn the ball over with 16.4 seconds on the second turnover here on back-to-back possessions here for the Gladiators. So a tough scenario here for the Gladiators. Moving the ball both times. And then either penalties or misfortune has hurt them. And they trail this ball game 12-0 here to the Outlaws. See what the Outlaws choose to do here with only 16, a little over under 16 and a half seconds remaining here. If they just take the snap, or will they run a play? They mark them. They're going to just roll off the clock. Yeah. All right. We're going to head to halftime here in Alliance at Marlton High School, the home of the Dukes, where the Ohio Gladiators will trail the Ohio Elite Outlaws here at halftime, 12-0. This is 12-ounce sports.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
Ready to start, huh? And welcome back here to Alliance as we get ready for the second half of tonight's ball game between the Outlaws and the Gladiators, with the Outlaws leading the Gladiators 12-0 here as we enter the third quarter. Couple scores to pass along from the GDFL, courtesy of Western Reserve Digital Broadcasting, as Lake Erie Explosion trailing the Cleveland Cobras 10-8 at halftime, and the Erie Express defeating the Pittsburgh Buccaneers 28-6. As we get ready here for the second half kickoff, it's a high kick but short. It's going to be fielded on the run around the 20-yard line, across the 30, up to the 35, and down around the 37-yard line. And the Gladiators will have excellent field position to open up the second half of tonight's ball game at their own 37. Actually going to mark the ball all the way out to the 39-yard line. Be first down and 10. Outlaws leading the Gladiators, starting the second half, 12-0. I'm Tim Continenza. Glad to have you on board here on 12 Ounce Sports. Jeff and Casey running the cameras and the production here today. And my thanks to both of them for doing an excellent job they do each and every week here on 12 Ounce Sports. So Skolecki in at quarterback now. And I'll hand it off as they go left side. And that is Danny Selesky. And he is a 6', 160-pounder out of St. Ignatius High School. Will come in at quarterback here in the third quarter. And the first play goes right side. Picked up about 2 on the play. Bring up second down and 8 here for the Gladiators. If you caught our game a couple weeks ago with the explosion in a preseason game, we've seen Danny Selesky make some nice plays, both as a quarterback and a receiver for the Gladiators. Now in a relief for Harrison. Handoff goes up the gut to McLean, and McLean's going to gain about 2 to 3 on the play. Let's give him 2 on the play. And bring up a third down and 5. Just underway here in the second half, here in Alliance. And the Battle of Ohio is the Ohio Elite Outlaws lead the Ohio Gladiators 12-0 here. Danny Selesky, 6', 160-pound quarterback from St. Ignatius High School up in Cleveland. So the Wildcat on for the Red Devil at quarterback here. In the pistol is Skolecki. Takes a snap. He's looking. He's going to fire. He has a man down the right sideline, and it's going to be a little too tall for him. Falls incomplete. And it's actually DJ Harrison Jr., who started the first half at quarterback, now at receiver there on that play. And he'll bring up fourth down here. We'll see if the Gladiators keep the offense on the field. .13:05 remaining here in the third quarter. It looks like that may be the case. Skolecki gets the play in from the sidelines. So 4th down and 5 here for the Gladiators. At 8-12, 12-0 here to the Outlaws. They'll send 4 receivers in pattern, 2 left, 2 right. Shotgun here for Skolecki. Back to pass, Skolecki looks. He fires, has a man open. First down, completion out to the 47-yard line. Nice catch there for the Gladiators. I believe that is Mike Rickett on the reception. And now we'll bring up first down and 10 here for the Gladiators. Ball on the 47-yard line of the Outlaws. Handoff goes in the backfield, and it's going to be wrapped up and brought down. It was Golson in the backfield. He's going to lose a couple. And they move him all the way back to midfield. And I'll bring up second down and long coming up here for the Gladiators. Skolecki will be in shotgun. He'll send 3 receivers to the right. Now he'll move 1 from left side to the right side, so 2 and 2. He has a sidecar to his right. He's back to pass. He's looking. It's going to be a quick pass out to Harrison. Harrison's going to dance in the backfield and get brought back down. He kind of juggled the ball right at the 50-yard line, trying to run around the defender, and in the process loses about 3 or 4 more yards. And it brings it all the way back to the 46-yard line here of the Gladiators. And it'll be third down, about 17 coming up here. Just under 11 minutes here to play in the third quarter. Skleski will talk it over with his slot receiver. He'll head back into position here in shotgun. 4 receivers in pattern, 2 left, 2 right. Running back to his right in the backfield. He's back to pass. He fires quickly, and it is going to be incomplete. Falls just shy of his intended receiver at the 49-yard line. And I'll have to move on to the 4th down and probably punting situation here for the Gladiators. It looks like the offense will come off the field. 10:31 remaining. Javon Washington deep to return the kick here for the Outlaws. Outlaws make some last moment substitutions. Get the punt off. They'll kick it away from Washington, and it'll bounce around the 25-yard line. Take a Gladiator bounce and goes to the 15-yard line. It was picked up there. Gladiators are going to say it was touched by an Outlaw, but that's not the case how the officials seen it. And the Outlaws will get the ball 1st down and 10 around the 15-yard line. With 10:20 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, Outlaws lead the Gladiators here in GDFL action, 12-0. So they'll take over at their own 15-yard line, the Outlaws. Deion Carter has led them in the first half to 2 touchdown passes. One to Young and the second one to Boyd for the 2 scores here for the Outlaws. Handoff goes to Washington, goes left side, has room, turns the corner, and gets across the 15 up to about the 17-yard line. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 8 coming up here for the Outlaws. Rashad Simmons about to check in here for the Outlaws. Oh, no, he's standing on the sideline now with his helmet. I thought he was running onto the field there for a second. So 2nd down and 8 coming up here for the Outlaws. They run the play, and it's kind of a mix-up in the backfield, and it'll go down right at the line of scrimmage. Goes Carter for no gain. Nine minutes left here in the 3rd. Outlaws leading the Gladiators here in GDFL action, 12-0. 3rd down and 8 coming up here for the Gladiators. Or excuse me, for the Outlaws. Shotgun here for Carter. He's back to pass. He's looking left side. He fires too tall for his intended receiver and fall incomplete as he overshot him about 10 yards too high. They'll bring up 4th down here for the Outlaws. It looks like they'll bring in the punt unit, which we expect here on 3rd down and 8 from your own 17-yard line. Victor Hale will go back deep to return this punt here for the Gladiators. He'll stand around the 50-yard line. See if the Gladiators can get something big out of their special teams here. Trailing 12-0 here in the 3rd quarter with about 8:41 remaining here in the 3rd. Here's the snap. Good snap. They're going to get the kickoff as a line drive kick. They'll bounce around the 45 and roll across the 50 and come to a stop around the 48-yard line. And it'll be first down and 10 for the Gladiators around their own 48. It should be excellent field position here for the Gladiators. MyBookie. For your gambling enthusiasts, MyBookie partners with 12-ounce sports to give you the most authentic betting experience on the internet. Place live bets, pregame bets, or futures, all from your browser, and you can sign up with the promo code 12-ounce sports. MyBookie will match your first deposit up to $1,000. 8:31 remaining here in the third. 12-0 Outlaw leads the Gladiators. The Gladiators first down and 10 at their own 48-yard line. Danny Selecki at quarterback now for the Gladiators. The 6-footer will take the snap in shotgun. He'll hand it off. It's McLean, and he goes forward. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe loss of 1 on the play. And that will bring up a second down and long coming up here for the Gladiators. Didn't hear earlier, got a couple scores from the GDFL to pass along. Lake Erie Explosions trailed the Cleveland Cobras at halftime, 10-8. And the Erie Express defeated the Pittsburgh Buccaneers, 26-8 in that ball game today. 7:48 on a moving clock here in the third. Second down and 11 for the Gladiators. Here's the snap. Galecki fakes the pumps and rolls out to his right, fires and completes it at the sideline. And let's see if they give him the 2 feet in. I think he did, and they do. And he'll get it all the way across the 40-yard line down to the 38-yard line. Nice play there for the Gladiators. And they pick up that first down. So first down and 10. Galecki in the pistol. McLean behind him in the eye. Hand off to McLean. Has room left side to the 35, to the 30. Pulls forward to the 27-yard line. Another first down run here for the Gladiators. The Gladiators have been successful on the ground at times in this ball game. 2 times they were deep in Outlaw territory. They had a turnover. Once was a fumble and the other was an interception, and it turned them away from opportunities to get on the scoreboard in the first half. See what they can do here on this drive as the ball is first down and 10 at the 27-yard line. 6 minutes, 5 seconds remaining here in the third as they trail by 12. Skalecki in the shotgun. Splits in the backfield. Hand off again to McLean. He goes up the gut and he bowls forward and gets across the 25-yard line. Little smash mouth picking up 2 yards here for the Gladiators. And bring up a second down and 8. So McLean will come off the field here. And I believe there's Daryl Golson checking in here for the Gladiators, the former pup from Canton McKinley High School. Selecki in shotgun. Takes the snap. He's looking over the defense. Fires left side. Has a man. It's Perrine at the 5 and little knocked away. What a nice defensive play at the last second. Getting a hand in there, knocking the ball away from Perrine. As Galecki made a nice throw. And it was a great closing defense there by the Outlaws, knocking that ball away. And bring up third down, I believe, coming up here. Third down and 8 coming up here for the Gladiators from the 26-yard line. We're going to get the 25-yard line. 5 minutes here to play. So big opportunity here for the Gladiators. Third down and 8. Trailing by 12. Quick snap, and it was not ready by the quarterback. And he will be tagged down on a loss. And a loss of back at least 3 or 4 yards on the play. It was, I believe it was just a miscommunication there. No one was ready for that snap, and unfortunately, it cost them some yardage. It'll bring up fourth down, and a big fourth down play coming up here for the Gladiators. They'll go for it on fourth down, it looks like. Really got no man's land here at the 29-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout by the Gladiators to talk this over, and let's take a timeout. You're watching 12-ounce sports. Four minutes, 27 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Outlaws leading the Gladiators 12-0 as the Gladiators face a fourth down and 11 at the 29-yard line here of the Outlaws. Skalecki in shotgun, takes the snap. He's looking over the defense. He fires down the middle. High throw, falls incomplete into the traffic and falls incomplete. His intended receiver is number 87. Don't have a name for him. And they'll turn the ball over on downs. So, unfortunate scenario there for the Gladiators. That's the third time they've been deep in Outlaws territories and come up empty. This time they turn it over on downs. First time was a fumble. Second time was an interception. And the third time on downs. So the Outlaws will try to stretch their lead here. 4:22 remaining here in the third. Deion Carter in the pistol. Now we'll move up front underneath center. Single back. And they're going to hand it off, and he's going to be gobbled up and brought down in the backfield. Big play there by the Gladiators. Coming through with that was D'Angelo James on the edge, 6 foot, 220-pounder from Tiffin University, making a nice play for the Gladiators. Second down and 14 coming up here. Make a second down and 13. 4 receivers, 2 left, 2 right. Carter will be in the pistol. Takes the snap. He's back to pass. He's under duress. He rolls to his left. He's looking downfield. He's going to keep, and he'll get back close to the line of scrimmage and maybe knocked out of bounds, maybe just before. He's going to reach about the 27-yard line. He'll gain a few on the play. We'll bring up third down and long. So the Gladiators defense coming up big here. Going to have to come up big at least one more time here on third down, and let's call it 12 here. 3 minutes, 5 seconds remaining here on a moving clock in the third quarter. A 12-point lead here for the Outlaws. D'Angelo James leading the defense here, talking it over with his teammates, trying to get them ready for this play. Here's the snap. Carter back to pass. He's looking. He's in trouble. He's going to get caught and brought down back at the 10-yard line. Big play by the defense for the Gladiators. Reuben Williams making the play. Number 8 here for the Gladiators. It might have been Russell Terry, the third, number 6. Let's give it credit there. Either way, both of them were on the play and made 2 really important plays there for the defense. And we're under 2 minutes here to play in the third quarter. Single safety going to stand around the 40-yard line of the Outlaws. Victor Hale move back around the 45 to receive this kick here from the end zone from the Outlaws. Here's the kick. It's a high kick but short. And this might get a Gladiator bounce. And it rolls towards the Outlaws and it gets the 35-yard line. Hale grabs it and brings it forward across the 35 down about the 32-yard line. Nice return there. That was a high kick. It looked like it might have that reverse bounce on it, but it gave a forward bounce for the Outlaws. But the Gladiators are going to set themselves up in excellent field position here as we have 1:20 remaining here in the quarter. Folks, if you enjoyed tonight's game and shop on Amazon, be sure to check out 12 Ounce Sports special link, www.12ouncesportsnetwork.com/Amazon. This does not cost the shopper any extra money. And simply tell Amazon we sent you. It's an easy way to help the network out and keep us broadcasting live. Hey, all you Reebok fans, before shopping for your new Reebok gear, be sure to check out our special link at 12ouncesportsnetwork.com/Reebok to help out the network. Then tag us on social media with your special new gear, and we'll share it with everyone. First down and 10 here. And the handoff goes inside. Gets to the 30-yard line, back to the line of scrimmage. This goes Golston. I'll give him a yard on the play and bring up a 2nd down and 9 coming up here for the Gladiators. We're down under a minute here to play in the third. There have been no scores here in the third quarter. We still have a 12-0 Outlaw lead. The Gladiators have had field possession in the second half here. See if they can take advantage of it this time. Clock continues to run. 3 receivers in pattern, 2 left, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Splits in the backfield. Skalecki takes the snap. He looks over to defense. He's going to fire for Perrine. It's going to be intercepted. He threw it a little shy of his receiver, and the defender made a perfect play on the ball, making the catch at the 10 and brought down around the 7-yard line. As the Outlaws come through there defensively with the big turnover again. The Gladiators with the 3rd turnover of the ball game. And each time turning them away from opportunities on the offensive side of the ball. 22.9 seconds remaining here in the third. As the lights are now starting to shine a little brighter here in Alliance as we head towards dusk here. Tonight's game time temperature started at 75 degrees. It's now 73 degrees here in Alliance. First down and 10 for the Outlaws at their own 7-yard line. Deion Carter brings his team to the line of scrimmage. Looks like he will be underneath center here. I formation in the backfield. Takes the snap. They'll hand it off, and they'll just power forward Back to the line of scrimmage. No gain, looks like, on the play. I'm going to bring up 2nd down and 10. That should run out the clock here in the third quarter as the Outlaws lead the Gladiators 12-0. You're watching 12-ounce sports. "15 minutes on the clock as we enter the fourth quarter here in Alliance in GDFL action as the Ohio Elite Outlaws lead the Ohio Gladiators 12-0. Hi, everyone. I'm Tim Continenza. Glad to have you watching here on 12-ounce sports and across all our affiliated networks, including YouTube and Twitter and Facebook. And a shout out to our partners in Struthers, Ohio, and Western Reserve Digital Radio, giving the audio broadcast on Western Reserve Digital Radio number 2. And thank you all for being part of our broadcast here of Ohio Gladiators as they trail this ball game 12-0 here to the Outlaws. 2nd down and 10 coming up here for the Outlaws at the 6-yard line. It looks like they're going to mark it. Start the fourth quarter. See if the defense has been playing very well throughout the day. Come up with a big play, maybe a turnover and get the ball back, or possibly a defensive score here for the Gladiators. Deion Carter underneath center. Takes the snap. He's back to pass. He's rolling to his right. He's in the bound. It's going to be a safety. There's the play that the Gladiators been waiting for. They're on the scoreboard the first time this season, and it was a safety for the Gladiators. Big play coming through was James Pugh, 6 foot, 285-pounder at Alabama State. Coming through here for the Gladiators. Number 93, big play. 2-pointer, 12-2, and a free kick coming back to the Gladiators. James Pugh, 6'2", 285 from Alabama State for the Gladiators. So they'll have to punt the ball away from the 20-yard line. And the Gladiators have some life here to enter the fourth quarter. 14:53 here to play. It was a safety. Pugh comes through for the Gladiators to cut the lead down to 10 points, 12-2. So, like I said, it's a free kick, so they'll punt the ball away. And the Gladiators will see if they can cut more into this lead. Here's the punt. A nice high driving kick all the way to the 28-yard line. 87 with it across the 40. Cuts back to the 45 and gets close to midfield. Nice return here for the Gladiators. And they'll have it right at midfield. Let's see if the offense now can get inspired by how the defense have been playing here for the Gladiators. See if they can put a drive together here and get it into the end zone. They've had 3 turnovers here in the ball game that have cost them opportunities with points. So the Gladiators will have the ball first down and 10 at midfield. Hey, all you Reebok fans, before shopping for your new Reebok gears, be sure to use our special link, 12ouncesports.com/Reebok, to help out the network. Tag us on social media with all your fresh new gear so we can share. First down and 10 here for the Gladiators. Looks like Charles Babb is in at quarterback now here for the Gladiators. Babb will hand it off. Up the middle goes Golston, and he's going to cross the 50 down to the 48-yard line. Charles Babb is 6'2", 225 pounds out of Colgate. So this is the third quarterback we've seen out of the Gladiators. Second down and 8, ball at the 48-yard line. 14 minutes here to play in the fourth quarter. 12-2's our score. The Outlaws leading the Gladiators. High snap for Babb. He's back to pass. He rolls. He has a man open, and he's going to get ball going to be knocked down. And the Gladiators will face a third down and 8 coming up here. They got on the scoreboard on a defensive safety. The Outlaws punt the ball back to him. A nice return here. Got him out to the 50-yard line. They got 2 on the first down play. Second down was incomplete. Brings up a third down and 8 coming up here for the Gladiators. Ball at the 48-yard line. Big possession here for the Gladiators. Trailing by 10. They're still down by 2 scores. Charles Babb in at quarterback. He looks over the defense. 4 receivers in pattern. 2 left, 2 right. Good snap. Fires across, and the ball's going to be battered away. Incomplete. As they try a crossing pattern. And I'll bring up fourth down and 8. And down by 10. And opportunities coming less as this clock continues to run. 13:49 remaining. Imagine they're going to have to keep the offense out on the field here. So Babb on fourth down and 8. 4 receivers in pattern, 2 left, 2 right. Sidecar to his right in the backfield. Takes the snap. He's back to pass. He's looking. He's going to fire. Heave deep. He has a man open. And it's at the sidelines. Falls incomplete. It was a jump ball scenario, and it falls incomplete. And they'll turn the ball over on downs. So the Outlaws will take over at their own 48-yard line. And they'll be looking to add on to their 12 points that they have in this ball game. $13:41. Let's see if they go more to a smash mouth type football here as they enter the fourth quarter. Try to use some of this clock. Their running game in the first half had some success. They've gone more to the passing game here in the last quarter and a half. So we'll see if that continues. Carter comes to the line of scrimmage. He will be underneath center. 2 running backs in the backfield, 2 receivers, 1 left, 1 right. They'll hand it off, and he'll get in the backfield, and he got trapped, waiting for a hole to open. It didn't, and he'll lose a couple on the play. The Gladiators' defense has come to play here today. They've really made some nice plays throughout the ballgame defensively. Reuben Williams, we've called his name a few times here tonight on that play. Second down and 10. Let's call second down and 11. Carter underneath center. He'll hand it off again. He'll go right side. He'll deep inside, crosses the 45, and is tackled behind the line of scrimmage again around the 46-yard line. Smith, the ball carrier that time for the Outlaws. So 3rd down and 12 coming up here for the Outlaws. 12 minutes, 20 seconds on a moving clock here in the 4th quarter. The Outlaws lead by 10, 12-2. Antonio Boyd is the lone receiver out to the left. And we're going to have a timeout called here by the Outlaws. So with that, we'll take a timeout here on 12 Ounce Sports. $11:59 remaining here in the 4th quarter. The Outlaws facing a 3rd down and 12. 3 receivers in pattern, 2 to the right, 1 to the left as they move right to left on your device here. In the pistol is Carter. He's back to pass. He rolls to his right. Flag down. He runs with the ball, crosses midfield, and he's going to be short of the sticks. But we're going to have a holding call against the offense. And that will mark them back 10 more yards here, or they could just decline it and force 4th down. I think they're going to take this penalty here and make them run 3rd down and extremely long. 3rd down and 22 coming up here. They move the ball all the way back to the 30-yard line. It's going to be more than that. Wow. Marked it back from the spot of the foul. Third down and 27 here for the Outlaws. Deion Carter at quarterback. Gone the whole way here for the Outlaws. He's thrown 2 touchdown passes. He's back to pass. He's under pressure. He moves up in the pocket, and he's brought down back at the 25-yard line. Once again, we've named him a few times. It's Robert Berkey, the linebacker, 5'11", 250 from Cheney High School, coming up with the play. And Carter might have been injured on the play here. They're going to help him up. And it wasn't Carter, but they will assist him off the field, and we're good. 10:48 here to play. Clock will continue to run here. 4th down and 33. The Outlaws will punt the ball away. And again, the Gladiators are going to have excellent field position. See if they can do something here offensively. They've sputtered turning over the ball a few different times. 3 turnovers plus a turnover on down. Here comes, we have a stop and play. We're going to have a false start against the offense. Rico Stamps was looking to make a play. He wanted to try to block that kick. He was coming in from the corner. But there was a false start. Never had the opportunity to actually see that play through. But that's what the Gladiators need. They need a big defensive player here, a big special team player, see what they can come up with. 10-10 here to play in the fourth. High snap. Here comes Stamps. He doesn't get there, but the kick is off and be fielded by Hale at the 45-yard line. He moves forward. It gets close to midfield. Nice return as 3 Outlaws were around him. And he gets it all the way out across the 50-yard line. I don't think there's a flag on the play. I didn't see anything. So the Gladiators will have excellent field position. We'll see exactly where they mark it. They're going to mark it right at midfield. 9:56 remaining here in the fourth. Gladiators trail by 10. They're down 12-2 here to the Outlaws. Charles Babb in at quarterback for the Gladiators. Perrine will be one of the receivers. He's out to the left. They're going to send 3 receivers now out to the left. Here's the snap. Fake to McLean. Throw downfield and almost picked off. Actually, nice play there. 87 cut back in front of the defensive player that got to the ball. But it'll fall incomplete and bring up 2nd down and 10 here for the Gladiators. They trail by 10. Couple scores to pass along as the Cleveland Cobras are now up on the Lake Erie Explosion, 16-14 in the third. And the Erie Express defeated the Buccaneers 28-6 in GDFL action. Babb takes the snap. He'll fire quick out to Perrine. Cross the 45, and he's down there. He's going to pick up about 5. And now bring up a 3rd down. And 5. Oh, they're going to mark them back down all the way. Oh, there was a penalty on the play. Okay, there was a flag and they're holding against the offense, and they'll bring the ball all the way back. Oh, geez. Back to the 42-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and long coming up here for 2nd down and long, for the Gladiators. Oh, about 2nd down and 19 coming up here. Tony Perrine will be the receiver. He's out to the left. One in the slot, 4 receivers in pattern, 2 left, 2 right. Charles Babb at quarterback. Takes the snap. He's looking. He's going to fire. And he throws over the middle. It falls incomplete. And he'll bring up 3rd down and long here for the Gladiators. Every time the Gladiators take that 1 step forward, they seem to take that 2 steps back here on offense. It's really deterred them here in the second half. So 3rd down and long coming up here. 3rd down and 19. 4 receivers in pattern, 2 left, 2 right. McLean in the backfield along with Babb at quarterback. Takes a high snap. He looks. He fires over the middle. He throws short of his receiver and falls incomplete. And I'll bring up 4th down here for the Gladiators. And they are in that scenario with only 9 minutes left in this ball game, trailing by 10. It looks like they're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th down and long. 4th down and 19 here for the Gladiators. Babb looks over the defense on fourth down. Takes the snap. He's back to pass. He rolls. He's in trouble, and he's going to go down at the 35-yard line. And the Gladiators will take over on, or will turn the ball over on downs. And we have an injured Gladiator down as he got trapped between Babb and the defense there, right around the 35-yard line. 8:53 remaining here. Well, baseball scored a pass onto you. The Pirates defeat the Indians for the second straight game, and this time 6-3. As we have an injured player here. I'll tell you what, why don't we take a timeout, and we'll be back right after this. You're watching 12-Ounce Sports. Fourth down, and the field goal unit is on the field here for the Outlaws. Marcus Youngkin in for the field goal attempt. 24-yarder. And we have a couple, what we got here? Offsides on the defense. Yep. Wasn't drawn off, but it'll give them 5 yards. And now the defense, well, it'll be half the distance to the goal. Won't be a full 5 yards. So the ball will be put from the 7 down to about the 4-yard line. They'll probably still try to kick the field goal, I imagine. We'll see what the Outlaws choose to do. They'll put it about the 3.5-yard line. Fourth down and goal here for the Outlaws. Looks like they may bring the offense back out. That's what they're going to do. Here comes Deion Carter and the offense for the Outlaws. On fourth down and goal from inside the 5. 5 minutes, 31 seconds remaining in tonight's game. Two, four. Do they have? Yeah, I think you're right. They may have extra players on the field. Let's see if this snap goes. They get the play off. There's the flag. And here's the touchdown pass. It's good. But the flag is on the field. It went to Antonio Boyd. But I believe they had too many players on the field. The flag is on the ground around the 13-yard line. Yep, too many players on the field. They had 12. You only allowed 11 guys. And in the process, they'll take that points off the scoreboard. Never happened. They'll penalize them. They'll bring up fourth down, and I imagine the kicking unit will come back out on the field. And it kind of happens sometimes when you have the special teams on the field and you call them off, bring the offense back on. Someone forgets to come off and believing that they belong on the field at the time. In the process, they will try now a 35-yard field goal attempt. Marcus Youngkin, here's the kick, and it is going to be blocked. And it's partially blocked and rolls into the end zone. No good. And the score remains a 10-point game here as the Gladiators trail 12-2. They'll take over at the 25-yard line. And we'll see what the Gladiators offense, who's been stumbling throughout the game, have moved the ball at times, but have been unable to move forward. Let's see how they're going to put the ball at the 20. Kick it at the 25-yard line. They should get it at the 25. Under the NFL rules, that's exactly what usually would happen is the ball is spotted where the ball is kicked on a missed field goal. But they're going to get it at the 20. All right. Charles Babb will come out at quarterback here for the Gladiators. They're going to mark the ball at the line of scrimmage at the 19-yard line. That's shocking. All right. They're the officials. I'm not. 5 receivers in pattern. 3 will be on the right side, 2 on the left. Babb at quarterback, empty backfield. He'll fire and he'll complete it on a screen pass to Harrison. He goes across the 20 up to the 25-yard line. So Harrison Jr. makes the reception. Brings up second down, about 5 coming up here for the Gladiators. They'll have to go in a 2-minute offense here. Trailing by 10, 5 minutes left in the ball game. Empty backfield, 5 receivers. Back again. He'll fire over the middle, and the ball can be knocked away. Defense came in big time there for the Outlaws. Number 28, Mike Holyfield, on the blitz, knocking the ball away. 3rd down and 5 here for the Gladiators. Perrine will be receiver out to the left. They'll send 3 that way. And we have a whistle and stoppage of play, and we're going to get a penalty against the offense. They'll move them back 5 again. Another score to pass along in the fourth quarter now. The Cleveland Cobras lead the Lake Erie Explosion 23-14. .448 remaining here in tonight's ball game. Bab, all by himself, will bring one in motion. They'll throw it out that way, and it's going to be a backwards pass. That's a live ball, and it's going to go out of bounds around the 7-yard line. Oh, my. Talk about self-destructing, unfortunately, here for the Gladiators. That was a live ball that went incomplete. And they'll mark the ball back at the 6-yard line. Oh, tough scenario here for the Gladiators. Actually, they marked the ball, it looks like, at the 5-yard line. 4 minutes, 28 seconds remaining. 2 scores happened in this ball game in the first half, both for the Outlaws, as quarterback Dion Carter completed a touchdown pass to Young in the first quarter, and then with 5:05 remaining in the first, he also connected with touchdown pass to Antonio Boyd with 1:53 remaining in the second quarter to make it 12-0. There was a safety at the start of the fourth quarter here for the Gladiators to cut the lead to 12-2, and that's where we are at. And it's 4th down and a country mile here for the Gladiators, and they have no choice but to go for it from their own 5-yard line. Golson comes in motion. They'll throw it out quick on a screen, and they'll get across the 10 with Harrison to the 15-yard line. But they'll turn the ball over on downs. And the Outlaws will have the ball 1st and 10 at the Gladiators' 15-yard line. 4:20 remaining here in tonight's ball game. The Gladiators defense, like I've mentioned throughout the ball game, has really been stellar here tonight. I think they've played an excellent ball game. It's unfortunate that the offense, every time they've gotten deep into the Outlaws territory, the Outlaws have come up with a turnover or turnover on downs. The Outlaws have played a great game here today. Dion Carter at quarterback. He'll be split by his 2 backs. 4:20 remaining here in the fourth. 1st down and 10 at the Gladiators' 15-yard line. It's going to be a keeper by Carter. Moves out to the left side. Crosses the 15 and is down close to the 12-yard line. They'll keep the clock rolling. Bring up 2nd down and 6 coming up here for the Outlaws. So the Outlaws looking to cash in on excellent field position. This drive started at the 15-yard line. They lead by 10, 12-2. Carter split by the backs. One receiver left, one right. Handoff goes to Smith. Smith goes right side. He's caught in the backfield and dropped down again. I'll tell you, the defensive line for the Gladiators have done a terrific job here tonight. Always getting in the backfield on some of the rushing plays. And have really played a stellar game. When they watch this game next week, they're going to definitely see the defense coming up big, making play after play, keeping them in the game. The Cobras now lead the Explosion 29-14 in GDFL action with about 4:20 remaining in that ball game. Carter takes the snap. He's back to pass, looking left side. He's in trouble. He's going to throw the ball away, and it's going to be a fumble, I think. No, they're going to call it an incomplete pass. And I'm not sure why it's not grounding there, but maybe because there's only 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game. Because he didn't have any receiver by him when he threw that ball into the ground. Well, they'll bring it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th down. So good field position here for the Outlaws. They'll take advantage of that opportunity. 4th down and 8. Ball at the 12-yard line. Here we go. Splits in the backfield by the quarterback, Deion Carter. Takes the snap. He looks left side, throws jump ball to the end zone. Has his receiver get a finger on it. And it's Antonio Boyd. He could not come down with the ball. And they'll turn the ball over on downs. 2:26 remaining in tonight's ball game. And the Gladiators defense once again turns away the Outlaws. And it's now one last chance here for the Outlaws to try to find a miracle. Trailing by 10. Let's see what the offense chooses to do here on 1st down and 10. Ball at the 12-yard line. Charles Babb, the quarterback for the Gladiators, a 6'2", 225-pounder out of Colgate. On 1st down and 10. He will have 4 receivers in pattern. A single to the right, 3 to the left. Sidecar to his right in the backfield. He'll hand it off to McLean. McLean will go left side, crosses the line of scrimmage, gets close to the 15-yard line. He'll pick up a couple on there. Bring down a 2nd down and 8 coming up here for the Gladiators. And we're just about to the 2-minute warning here in Alliance. Under the lights here in GDFL action. Let's see if they do take the 2-minute warning here. I believe they will. Let's make sure. Yes, and with that, we'll take a timeout. You're watching 12-Ounce Sports. We're at the 2-minute warning here in Alliance in GDFL action as the Gladiators trail the Outlaws from Ohio Elite 12-2. Gladiators will have the ball 2nd down and 8 at the 15-yard line. Charles Babb at quarterback from Colgate, will take the snap. He looks over to defense. He's looking to jump throw, deep fly down the middle, and it's going to be picked off at midfield. And they'll return it to the 40, to the 30, and down there at the 29-yard line. Big play there by the Outlaws, coming through with another turnover as the Outlaws continue to play great defense on their own side of the ball. As they continue to make some big plays. It'll be 1st down and 10 here for the Outlaws. Making that interception was Chris Frazier, 5'11", 175-pound defensive back for the Outlaws. So that's the 4th turnover of the ball game here for the Gladiators. And this defense has been on the field a lot throughout this ball game, and is going to have to stand up one more time with 1:45 remaining in this game. Carter underneath center. They'll hand it off, and another big play by the defense. It's amazing how well they've played here tonight. You really got to give a lot of credit as that to the Gladiators, never giving up on the play. Dioke Walker Jr. making that play out of Teal College for the Gladiators. Minute 12 here to play in the 4th. 2nd down and 10. And they're just going to take a knee here. They're going to line up in victory formation and let this game come to an end. And a big victory here for the Outlaws as they travel down to Alliance. And they'll come away with a 12-2 victory here tonight. A big win. Their first game of the year. They'll move to 1-0. The Gladiators will fall tonight to 0-2. Dion Carter with 2 touchdown passes in this ball game as he threw one in the first quarter to make it 6-0 to Young. And in the second quarter, with 1:53 remaining in the quarter, he found Boyd for their second touchdown. Both extra points were no good. In the fourth quarter, at the beginning of the fourth quarter, the Gladiators got on the board with a safety by Pugh, and that's how the game ends, 12-2. The Gladiators fall to the Outlaws from Ohio Elite here today in Alliance in GDFL action. For Jeff and Casey, I'm Tim Continenza wishing you all a good night.